doing our Facebook Live. I'm just going to wait a few minutes just to make sure people get on. If you have time, if you're on right now, if you have a TheraBand or a towel, that would be a great idea to use later in the class. So if you have a few seconds to go grab a towel or something like that, that would be great. Just going to wait a few minutes. We're really missing everyone at the club, so hopefully you're on these Facebook Lives and watching all of us, because all the trainers are going to be helping out and getting on, so you'll be able to get your fix. All right, I think just a couple seconds more and we're going to get going. It's going to be approximately 35 minutes of a mat class, okay? So I'm going to stand up. And we're going to go to the edge of your mat, and we're going to execute a roll down. So the chin is going to come to the chest, and we're going to roll vertebrae at a time as though there's a waterfall going down your back. Walk your hands out, and if your hamstrings are tight, you can bend your knees as you went down. Okay? So we're just going to hold this position, draw in through the abdominals, walk yourself back up. Little chiclets all the way up your spine, just getting a nice little warm up. Roll the shoulder blades. All right, so next one, we're going to roll down and we're going to stay down. So chin is going to come to the chest, and just envision that waterfall going down your back. Hands are down on the floor. Walk your hands out. Hold your position here, and then bring your knees down. All right, so we are going to come onto our backs. So laying down here, we're going to warm up our spine and our back. And the sun is out, so it's a fabulous day. All right, feet are going to come down onto the mat. Hands are by your sides. Place your hands behind your head. You can interlace your fingertips. And what we're going to do is we're going to lift up, look between the legs, and then extend the hands, grab your hamstrings, let go, bring your hands back to your head, and roll back down. Okay, so we're going to do 3 more like that. Head and shoulders lift, extend, grab the hamstrings, hands let go, hands come back to the head, and back down. Let's do 2 more just like that. See if you can come up a little higher each time. Extend, grab your hamstrings, hands let go, hands back to the head. Good. And up, extend, grab the hamstrings. All right, good job, guys. All right, so warmed up the abdominals just a little bit. We're going to bring your right leg up to tabletop position. Hands are by your sides. Other leg comes up to join it. So you want to feel as though you have this 90-degree angle. Unless you have some pressure in your back right now, you're going to want to bring your knees in closer, okay? But otherwise, we want a tabletop position as though a latte is up on your shins. You gotta love lattes. All right, so we're going to hold our position here. Your head is just going to be straight up. And your chin is going to be straight up, looking up to the sky. And we're going to tap 1 toe at a time. All right, so I want you to be paying attention to how this feels in your back. I know that many of us are sitting quite a bit for conference calls and sitting in our seats. This is going to be a great way of extending out at your hip flexors. So keep moving through this. Make sure there's no pressure in your lower back. Okay, last 2. Nice and easy. All right, good. Keeping your legs in tabletop position, we're going to lift up our head and shoulders. We're going to take our right hand and put it on our shin or down by our ankle, and our left hand is going to go on our right knee. And we're going to extend the opposite leg. And switch. And switch. And switch. So you're keeping your head and shoulders up, and hopefully you are feeling that in your abdominals. So we have 3 more. And you can really pull in your knee as you pull it in and push it out at the same time to get a little bit more contraction, a little bit more work. All right, good. Bring them back to tabletop, lower down your head. All right, so just to give you a break on your neck from having your head and shoulders up, place your hands down by your sides. You're going to draw in through those abdominals and lift up your hips into a bridge and just release any pressure in your neck, release any pressure in your back as you coil back down. And drawing in through that abdominal, lift your hips and come back up. So we do want to articulate a little bit more in this movement. Okay. All right, so that should feel really good right now. We're going to place our right foot up to the sky, and your leg is going to be nice and long. I know some of you have tight hamstrings, so do the best you can. We're going to keep the foot up to the sky and bring the other foot up to the sky. Okay, so head and shoulders are going to lift up and really feel like you're coming up as high as you can up on the rib cage here. So you're feeling the bottom of your rib cage. So you're going to bring your right foot up to the sky and your left leg is down, and we're going to switch and switch and switch. Keep going with that. We have 3 more. 2. Last 1. It's not over. Keep that leg up to the sky. Place your hands behind your head. Now we're going to focus on the abdominals. The hamstrings really got a great stretch on that first set. Now we're working more on the abdominals. Okay? And if you know me, you know I love obliques. So we're going to do some twists. So now bring the opposite elbow to the knee and switch, and switch, and switch. And this is going to be great work for your obliques. So give me 4 more, because I love these the best. 3, 2, trainer count, 1, and fantastic. Bring it down. All right, are we feeling warm yet? All right, arms are going to come over the head. Head and shoulders are going to lift up, and we're going to roll ourselves up into a roll up. Now we'll do a little bit more of a classic reach. Bring your hands up, draw in through the abdominals as you roll back down. Arms come over the head. All right, let's do 2 more for fun. Head and shoulders lift, because we're getting ready for some other work that you're going to love. Rolling through the abdominals, coil down. Head and shoulders are going to lift. Ooh, exhale as you come up. All right, so grab that towel or your TheraBand, whichever one. With the towel, which is nice because everybody has a towel, right? What you're going to do is you're going to hold it here, and what I'll do is I'll show it from the side because it's probably a little easier to see. This is a little challenging. But what you're going to do is you're going to hold your arms out in front of you. Shoulder blades are down. Make sure that we're not getting into the neck. You're going to lean back into it. Okay? And what I want you to do is reach your arms up to the sky, bring it back down, and sit back up. Lean back. Arms over the head. All right, are we feeling those abdominals yet, I hope? Extend over the arms over the head, and bring it back. Lean back, arms over the head. Yeah, that feels probably a little better to do. Now, you're going to hold your arms here. So I'm going to go at a little bit of an angle so that you can see what I'm doing. So you're going to lean back as far as you can. Now, some of you that come to class know that we use a lot of toys. So you can actually, if you have a little soft ball at home, You can put it behind your back to support your back a little bit here if you're having some issues with back. So we're gonna hold our arms out. Shoulder blades, of course, are down. And what we're gonna do is reach over and bring it back. Reach over and back. So I want you to think about this transverse twist and just working through those obliques. Because of course we had to get another oblique exercise in. Summer is coming. Even though we're stuck in our houses, it's coming, I swear. Last two. Give me one more, trainer count. You know, right, left is trainer count. All right, fantastic. Come forward. All right, you can take that towel and put it on your feet and then reach forward and feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Now, those of you that have those tight hamstrings are probably screaming at me right now, but just try the best you can. Okay. All right, so let us come over to our side. So we're gonna roll over to the side, and you know what, keep in mind that you can double up your mat, because I know some people get a little tweaked in their hip. It gets a little hard if you have a little bony hip there. All right, so just know that you have some options. You're gonna use your arm as a pillow, unless you have a pillow that you wanna use. We're gonna now work our side series, okay? Which is fantastic for people with back issues, with balance issues, because we gotta work that glute for balance. So, options. Hand in front, hand on the hips, hand up to the sky. You decide what you want to do. There's progressions here, because you're going to find that as soon as you lift this leg, might lose your balance a little bit. So decide what you need to do. Also, if you have pressure in your back, go into a boomerang position and bring your feet in front a little bit, and then you can lift the leg and have a little bit of a kickstand, okay? So just a quick modification, okay? All right, getting ready. We're gonna come up, one leg up, top leg up. Okay, so keep in mind that every time you lift the leg and bring it back down, it should be mesh with your other foot. Okay? That way, we know that we're keeping this little lift here. We don't want to sag into our hip and allow that to happen. So it's a dead giveaway if your feet aren't lined up. Okay? So use it. All right, so I do like putting the hand up. If you got your balance, I think it's fantastic to do this, because it really allows you to find that opening and use your obliques and use that glute a little bit more. All right, so moving on. You're gonna keep that top leg up, lift the bottom leg up to it. Lift the bottom leg up to it. Now, it doesn't require that this leg be up higher than your hip length. So you can notice how from my hip to my knee to my ankle, it's lined up. So I want to make sure that you're thinking about that, and that you're not allowing that foot to come up too high, this top leg to come up too high, because it's not going to hit what we need to hit. We're working on this oblique. We're going to get this glute work going on in a second here, because you're just statically holding this. All right, bring both feet down. You're going to bring your top, bottom, and down together. Lift, lift, and lower. Lift, lift, and lower. Okay, so you really want to think about pulling in those abdominals as you lift that leg. And really lengthening as you come through the movement. All right, so now on to some more exciting stuff. So we're going to keep the hand up to the sky, and we're going to bring both feet up. So this is another example of when I'm lifting my legs, you want to keep those feet together. You want to make sure that they're not swishing and moving around, because then you know you're not keeping this alignment. So just because I'm working down there doesn't mean I forget about this up here. So it's all connected. All right, so last 3, 2, last 1. Awesome job. Now, one more thing on the side. We're going to bring one leg forward, one leg back, and it doesn't matter at this point which one. because we're gonna do little scissors. So we're gonna swish every time. Now keep in mind that I'm trying to keep both legs straight every time I come apart, right? Hand is gonna be in front if you're feeling like you're losing your balance. Hand is on the hip, hand is up to the sky just again. All right? All right, now for the finale on this side, let's do something a little bit more exciting and keep that top leg to the back and lift and lower. Okay? Again, summer, right here. Okay? Lift, lift, and we're just relaxed in the neck and the head and shoulders, right? Because we're really focusing on that disassociation in the hip. Down. Last two, and last one. All right, fantastic. Bring this foot in front, and this is probably the best part. You're gonna do a little figure four stretch, and you're gonna bring your arm, if I can get past my reformer, is you're going to bring your arms down. Now what's important with this stretch is that both shoulders are down on the ground. I don't care if this knee touches the ground, that's not the point. I want you to really find the stretch in your back and your hip and your glute. It's fantastic. If you want a little bit more stretch, you can extend the leg. That's making that lever a little heavier, putting a little more pressure in there. So if that's not comfortable, I wouldn't do it. Do it if you need it. All right, you're gonna push yourself up and we're going over to the other side. We only have 30 minutes, so we wanna make sure we get everything in. All right, you're gonna come over to your side and assess, because one side might feel quite different than the other. So assess if you can do this. Are you gonna need to put that leg out in front and boomerang out that bottom leg out? If not, stay here. Okay, ready? We're gonna lift the top leg. So lifting and lowering. So again, finding this length through here, because we know that it's all connected. So you wanna make sure that you are staying really engaged through your whole body, even though we are working up from the hip to the knee to the ankle. You don't want to see other parts of your body just kind of collapse. It's not okay. Quarantine or not, that's not okay. All right, so last two. Might as well have some fun while you're doing this, right? All right, so top leg comes up, bottom leg comes up to it, and lift and lower. And see what you can do, you know? Maybe on the other side you were able to put the hand up, maybe the other side you had to put the hand down. You know, always play around with it. So keep an open mind and keep trying to push a little harder, safely. All right, this is the last one. And now you're gonna bring both feet down, top leg, bottom, and down together. So make sure that you're not coming up too high, because you don't want to feel like, you know, there's a like a seesaw kind of effect. You want to feel like you're really isolating and able to disassociate from the hip down, right? So find that sweet spot where you can really feel that. And again, focusing on how that oblique has to work. So if you have a hand free, just feel where that muscle's working. That's fantastic. All right, ready? Both feet together. Good. And lift. And then if you are, you know, pretty comfortable with this, I don't even want you touching your feet back down, because you want to keep that constant contraction. We're always trying to challenge ourselves, right? So that's a nice way of being able to keep the challenge. I always want to grow. Last two. And fantastic. Now, one leg is going to come out in front. Both legs are straight. So find that range of motion that is going to be comfortable for you. Okay? Last three. Two. Last one. Hold your leg back. That top leg is to the back. And we're going to do those little lifts. So it's almost like little crunches for those obliques. Yes, are you feeling it? Last 3. Come on, like you mean it. 2 and 1. Fantastic. Bring that leg in front. Well earned stretch. Go into that figure 4. And sometimes, you'll feel a little bit of a stretch in the back. Other times it's in the hip. Really depends. Some people are struggling with any issues in their piriformis. This is probably feeling pretty nice. On borderline nice. All right, so you're going to push yourself up, and we're going to come onto our all fours position. So this is the instance where if you're having knee issues or have something going on with your knees, you can double up your mat. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it without any props because I'm not sure what you have at home. So on Saturday, I'm going to be doing a video on body weight, so we'll talk a little bit more about that and give you an idea of what maybe you can have on hand to do that. But today, nothing, just you. All right, so hands are here. When you're in these positions, it's so easy for you to bring your feet together, okay? Because it's going to help you balance a little bit more. People tend to put their feet into the center when they start to balance on one foot. So pay attention. Don't fall prey to that. So the knee to the toe. Capiche? Yes? All right, so we're going to come here and we're going to extend your right leg. And I know that you don't have eyes on you right now, but you want to make sure that you're kind of thinking about keeping those hips squared as well as you can. And now your other opposite, your hand is going to come out. So that's the other piece. So you're going to bring the elbow in and extend. Elbow in and extend. Elbow and knee come in and extend. Last 2. All right, hold it. Lower down the foot and the hand. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Last 2. And you do want to keep that leg straight because it's very tempting to bend that back leg, right? So we are going to bend it now. So hands are here and your leg is bent and you're just going to hold your hands here. Now if you have wrist issues, you can come down to your forearms. So just know that there are options and there are modifications that you can do for yourself. All right, so foot is up to the sky. You're going to just lift and lower. So just a little reminder, summer's coming. This is for your glutes, for your lower back. All right, so now hold this position. Pelvis is in a stable position. You're going to extend and bend. Extend and bend. Now, if you want more challenge, like I'm sure some of you are just jonesing for more challenge, you're going to extend the arm as you're doing and keep your balance. Last 2. Last 1. All right, do you want a bonus? I think I hear it. Yep. All right. Extend out. You're going to make a small circle. That's the bonus. For 4, 3, 2. Woo! All right. Come on down to a child's pose. Legs are going to be nice and wide. And you're just going to give yourself a little stretch. Maybe move around your wrists if you were up on that. Like I said, forearms, no shame in that. You can do that. All right, ready? Are you excited for the other side? All right, so here we are. You're going to extend your left leg now. And you can kind of feel how when the leg is up a little higher, okay? So you're going to really want to think about keeping that alignment. Once again. All right, extend the opposite arm, elbow and knee, we started with. So you're just going to do 3 more. So we're doing quite a few in this variation, so. Last one. All right, good job. Now, holding your arm out, we're gonna then put the hand down on the mat. So find that alignment from your shoulder to your elbow to your knee. And you're gonna place your foot down, hand comes out. And lift and lower. So I just paused and did that just to make sure that you're not in your neck, to make sure you're still thinking about your alignment. So you can always take a little pause and just look at your alignment. Keeping the head lined up with the spine too, because you don't want to let your head drag down, you don't want to look up to see where the party is, you want to keep your head lined up with the spine. So down and up. Woo. All right, hands down, bend your knee, and you're gonna push the foot up to the sky to focus on the glutes and the lower back. Just a few more, 3 more, 2, 1. Hold it here, extend and bend. So again, you can extend the arm out for a little bit more challenge to the balance, right? And are you getting excited? We're gonna do the bonus. All right, last one here. All right, hold it. Circle. 4, 3, 2, yes. All right. Go ahead and go into that child's pose again. So, just nestle into your hips a little bit because we do want to open up our hips, especially if we're sitting a lot. You want to make sure that you're getting as much stretch as you can. Reach those fingertips out, press the palms down, just find your stretch. Okay? All right, we're going to end with some back extension. So you're going to lay on your stomach and we're going to extend our legs out. Okay? So when we do that, we want to make sure that we're pulling in from the abdominals to the back and making sure we have as much support as we can give ourselves. Arms are going to come out over your head and we're going to start to paddle. Going into some swimming. Now, pay attention that you're not in your neck. You're not really trying to reach your hands out so far that you're in your neck. So make sure that we keep everything nice and lined up. Again, looking down at the mat, keeping your head lined up with your spine. All right, good job. And bring it down. All right, we're gonna go into some heel clicks. So your hands will come down here to right by your chin, and you can actually support your chin right on your hands if you want. We're going to lift the legs, heels are together, and you're gonna do some heel clicks. Okay, so those of you that are working on your lower back are gonna love this one. So just make sure that you do not lift your legs too high, and that you're really feeling how you're pulling in from the abdominal so that you don't dump into that lower back. Okay? So let's hold it and just allow your left leg to deviate away from the center. So this is fantastic work for your back. You're actually going to feel a little bit more of that strengthening happening along your rectus spine. Keep your head lying down. All right, other side now. Right leg deviates away from the center. Yes. And feeling that glute work happening too. Last 3, 2. All right, good job. Bring it down. All right, we're going to come up onto our forearms. And we're going to go into Sphinx position. So we want to think about keeping the elbows right underneath us. So if you can see from the shoulder to the elbow, you're nice and lined up. that stretch. And you want to think about pulling in that abdominal so that you're not sagging into it, okay? So, pulling in through that abdominal, holding your position. We're going to, toe is going to point, heel, toe, and then bring it back down. Toe, heel, toe, back down. So, it's not just about your leg doing this movement, it's about you maintaining this upper body position. Okay, so just one more on each side. So we started left, and then right. All right, good job. All right, so hands are by your sides, thumbs are by your armpits. You're gonna push yourself up, and you're gonna go into that child's pose one more time, just to make sure there's no pressure in your back, okay? So we're gonna lift and really reach forward, okay, so that you get the most out of the stretch. All right, good job. All right, so sitting on our bottom, you're gonna grab your towel or your mat, and we're gonna do a little bit of upper body work, okay? So why don't I stick with the towel just to make sure. If you do have the band, that's gonna be great, but most people are gonna have a towel at home, right? So one more thing that we're gonna do before we go into some planks. I wanna make sure the upper body is warmed up. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna roll back into it just like this, all the way back, and then bring it back up. You're not gonna come all the way down to your shoulders, but you are gonna go maybe to the bottom of your ribs and then back up. Okay? So now what you're gonna do as we come up is you're going to bend your elbow and then bring it back. And then bend your elbow and then bring it back. And just find that shoulder stretch. So I really want this arm to be stretching out while this elbow comes back, because we're going to go into front side planks, and those shoulders need to be warmed up. Last two. Really feel that stretch without getting into the neck, of course. Last one. Good job. All right, put your towel down. We're gonna go ahead and stand up. I won't make you do it without your hands like I have my class do it. They really love that when I do that. All right, so this is the deal. This is something that we do a lot in class. We walk ourselves down. We do that beautiful roll down. We walk ourselves down into a regular plank. We hold it for 3 seconds. We go into a side plank. We go into the front plank, and then we go into the side, to the other side. All right, so what we'll do in between is come all the way up and do it again, okay? So just come with me, okay? So chin is coming to the chest. You're gonna allow yourself to roll down. Remember that waterfall? Walk yourself out. So modifying this to forearms or modifying it to knees, holding it for 3. And then we're gonna come over to our side plank for 3, 2, bring it back to the center, 3, 2, 1, other side, 3, 2, 1, back to the center, 3, 2, 1, and walk it back. All right, let's do one more. Shin comes to the chest. You guys are getting off easy. Shin comes to the chest. Roll yourself down. Usually I think we try to get a number, maybe do 10 of these. Hold it, 3, 2, 1, over to the side. 3, 2, 1, back to the center. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, back to the center. 3, 2, 1, walk it in. ourselves down, place our hands, walk out into this position, and then bring the knees down. Okay, so from this position, I want you to open up your hips, okay, and get your hips down, reach straight out, and what you're going to do is you're going to reach your right hand up to the sky. And you're just going to open up as though you're looking underneath your armpit. And then bring your hand down. And now lift the other arm like you look underneath your armpit. And then bring it back. And then move. Roll your shoulder blades back. All right. Position change. We're going to lay down on our backs again. One more exercise on our backs. Our feet are going to come up to the sky. Hands are down by your sides. All right. So from this position, you're going to lower your right leg down, out to the side, and sweep around. Lower your left leg. Sweep it around. So, exercises that we do on the Cadillac, you can do on the mat. Last one, all the way around. And you don't want to feel like you're rolling on your hips. One more time. And bring those knees into the chest. Now, extend your right leg up to the sky, and your left leg is going to reach out. If you have pressure in your lower back or you're arching your back, you're going to bend your knee. Okay? So, foot is up to the sky. We're going to lower down the leg and bring it back up. Lower, and then we can flex the foot as you come back up. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Last one. We're going to move on with this. You're going to reach it out, sweep around. Lower down now with the heel, sweep around with the toe. Take an inhale and exhale through it. Last one. All right, good job. Bring that knee into the chest and just give yourself a little bit of a stretch in your hip flexor. Foot comes up to the sky. Good job. Good. Now, other leg is going to come up to the sky. Decide if you want the supporting leg bent or straight. And like I said, if you're feeling like there's pressure on your lower back, you're going to bend your knee. Okay? So let's start with reach down and up. So reach down and up. Okay. And feel that reaching out from the hip to the knee to the ankle. Now, one side might feel a little different than the other, so you may want to take precaution with that. So now what we're going to do is you're just going to have your foot up, reach it around, and sweep it around. So straight down and sweep it around. Lower down with the heel, exhale through your sweeps. Inhale as you come down with the heel, sweep around with the toe. Okay, so 3 more, just like that. Last one. And good. Bring that knee into the chest. Good. Right, comes up. Feel that hamstring stretch. I just wanted to give you a last little hamstring stretch because I know so many people have tightness in their hamstrings. All right, so grab those hamstrings and roll yourself up. Let's give ourselves a little massage before we go. So we're wrapping it up. So chest is lifted. You're going to grab the back of your legs and we're going to roll back and then sit back up. And then roll back and then sit back up. So just making sure that you're not letting that head come down every time. So that feels really good on the back, doesn't it? And last one. All right. So those of you that want to do this, we're going to cross our legs and we're going to stand up. So those of you that are watching that come to my mat class at 6 a.m. on Wednesday, you're doing this with me, right? Come on up. Good. So let's do this. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a stretch. All right, hands are out. Okay, so let's bring the feet in just a little closer. Your arms are straight out. Let's take a big scoop. We're going to take a big scoop of, what are we going to scoop up? Maybe some flowers because spring is supposed to come around. All right, reaching out. Okay, so take a nice big inhale. Bring your hands up over your head. You're going to come over to your right, and we're going to reach all the way down, sweep through the center, come up the left side. Go to the left, sweep through the center, up the right. One more time. All the way through. Try to keep those legs straight if you can. It's such a nice stretch. Arms open. All right, let's take a nice big inhale. You're going to reach your fingertips up to the sky. Reach one hand up and bring it back. Reach one hand up. So it's actually coming from your shoulder, okay? I really want you to reach and reach. It's not a side bend. We don't want to go into that. We want to be careful on our backs. Just find that stretch. Some people hold their tension in their, they hold tension in their neck. This is so good for you. Hands come down. Roll your shoulder blades back. Take a nice big inhale. Bring your hands together. Bring it down to the heart spot. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. We're excited to see you soon in the club. Have a great week.